this morning, they changed the entire electrical system in the car. They changed the entire fuel system in that car. It is a Robert Yates engine, and right now, it's performing like one. He's making his way toward the front.
Well, again, we're going to let you just watch and listen to the action here at Talladega on lap number 24.
Tell you what, folks, you can see that middle row is not a place to be.
And the speed continues to increase.
2 miles an hour faster than the pole speed. Jeff Purvis has been in the pits, going back out in the Phoenix Construction Chevrolet. 4 cars have broken away a little bit here now, Bob.
Yeah, it's Rusty Wallace, Dale Earnhardt, Ken Schrader, and Jimmy Spencer up front.
I think this is Jeff Gordon's car. Look down the back of Jeff Gordon's car.
And then here are the leaders. As we look down on them from the sky.
That group we're following there actually are the last 4 cars that are just about to be lapped. They moved through turn number 1. That's Gant and Waltrip included in those 4 cars. And now, to the right of your screen, there are the 4 guys that are running up front. So Waltrip and Gant and 2 others very close to being lapped.
I think it was this race last year that Darrell Waltrip ran so poorly in the Western Auto Chevrolet. Went home, came back to Talladega and tested for about 3 days. And I thought he had solved his problems, but evidently he hasn't.
Off the pace here in the early going as Rusty Wallace is setting the pace in a 4-car breakaway after 27 of 188 laps in the Winston 500. Rusty Wallace looking for his 4th consecutive victory, having won the last 3 races at the short tracks. And it's Dale Earnhardt running in 2nd, Ken Schrader 3rd, and Jimmy Spencer in 4th spot. We welcome you to our live coverage from Talladega Superspeedway, and we'll be right back. Close to being right. Rusty Wallace is the leader of this race.
That's it after 17 laps. We're
yeah, that was after
behind.
17. We're at 28.
Hey guys, I heard Ned mention Jeff Purvis. He's overheating. They've come back down and they put more water in the radiator. But before that, underneath the main part of the grill, they drilled 4 holes about 1.5 inches in diameter to get a little more air in there.
Okay.
And I believe he's running one of Ron Taylor's engines too, isn't he?
Yeah. See that second group start moving in now.
What lap are we on?
It's too cold in here.
30th, working
30th?
the 30th lap right now.
So
turn down the thermostat.
15. We might mention, if we get a chance, that they're having trouble with the spotters. They moved the spotters this year, and many of the teams can't see the backstretch. So we get a chance. They can't work traffic that well because they're not being told what to do anymore. Okay. I can show you what the problem is if we get a chance.
Up at Talladega, it is still Rusty Wallace up front, followed by Dale Earnhardt, Ken Schrader, and Jimmy Spencer. The top four in a breakaway.
Some cars behind them have got themselves lined up. Looks like Spencer is losing a little bit there. He's dropped back about 4 or 5 car lengths behind. He'll lose the draft if he isn't careful. Some cars behind them now have singled out in a draft where they were racing side by side, and that's what allowed these 4 cars to break away. But now they've singled out a little bit and are running the front runners down.
And they have lapped the 4 cars that we talked about earlier that included Harry Gant and Darrell Waltrip. The other 2 in that group of 4, Richie Petty and Rich Bickle. Richie Petty in his first NASCAR Winston Cup start.
Of course, the nephew of Richard Petty, the son of Maurice Petty.
Well, we had 2 Pettys in the lineup for a long time with Richard and Kyle, and now we do that again with Kyle and Richie. Jeff Gordon, who lost the draft, has really brought back now along with Rick Wilson. There is Michael Waltrip also, and Hutch Strickland as Jeff looks to the outside of Rick Wilson. Remember, he was running up in the top 4 or 5 there at one point, but that's how quickly you can go to the back when you lose the draft. And there is Harry Gant, at number 33 to the right, who is being lapped by this group of cars now. Here's a Napa Field summary, how the cars were running last lap. Record here is 186.288 miles an hour, and right now we are running at record pace at 192.2, and the last lap was 193.4, as we continue to show you how they're running at this point with the car driven by Ricky Rudd in the pit area out of the race. Now it's a 3-car breakaway.
Yeah, Jimmy Spencer has lost the draft, but right behind him, Dale Jarrett has been pulling Mark Martin and Ernie Irvin up through there, Derek Cope, that is, in the yellow car, and Davey Allison, and they had really been gaining on that front group.
And now, yeah, they should be able to hook up together and pull right in now on the 3 that are running out front.
Right now, they need to stay in line. If Spencer's car is the chaff is off a little bit like it looks like it is, then he ought to move over, let this line go by, and tag on the back of him. But now that he has the Chevrolet up behind him, it looks like that he's coming back up towards that front 3 car towards Kenny Schrader.
Yeah, that'll help to push him right back up there. If they, like you say, if they stay in line. Of course, Jarrett caught him so quick, he said, I'd like to go and move around. There they are. They've caught him right just that quick.
Yep. In less than a lap. Will they draft by him, maybe?
I don't know.
We'll see.
Well, right now they've got about, what is that, a 10-car breakaway.
Yeah.
They ought to just stay in line. And here's Schrader going for, he's going to lose the spot.
Well, I think he saw Jarrett coming, realizing that, and I'm sure the spotters told him, hey, Jarrett's got a fast car. And when he gets up there, move and see if we can move on around. And he's taking that chance. He might lose a position by taking that chance, and maybe Jarrett's not going to play with him.
Doesn't look like it. They head up to the top and leave Ken Schrader on the bottom all by himself.
And then he said, hey, Chevrolet lady, why did you do that?
I never see Purvis on the inside, so but they able to go there 3 abreast.
Allison and Wally Dallenbach are bringing up the tail of this group, and looks like Ken Schrader may be here in a second.
Yep, when that train got up beside it, they just went on by.
And I tell you what, you have to be awfully careful, because at the end of that line, you can lose the draft.
Yep, and that other pack back behind them now has closed in as well. They have pulled away from another pack that's being led by Sterling Marlin, but you can see how closely they're moving in.
Looks like Greg Sachs on the outside, right behind Sterling Marlin.
9-car lead draft. Here is Earnhardt going inside along with Jimmy Spencer. He follows him. Earnhardt takes the lead away from Rusty Wallace.
And Rusty's going to be sort of hung out to dry here now unless somebody comes along and picks him up.
Dale Jarrett gets by. Mark Martin's trying to get by. Derek Cope's helping him.